Greetings all, it's the Devious Monkey here. It's been a while. As always, I have filmed every day for the past few weeks, and then some. I have gotten new gear, I have filmed on different cameras, I have filmed on different wireless mics. I have done so much stuff. I've taken so many pictures. I've actually went through and edited pictures. I have posted some pictures on my various platforms, and I have made up my mind to get rid of gear. I've then changed my mind and decided to keep gear. I've then used the gear and fell in love with it again. I have decided that I don't need it, and I've decided to sell it again, and on and on and on. Yankee Cowboy and I were having a text back and forth. I was giving him shit because he didn't order the DJI 360 camera that came out. And his response was, I'm trying to curb my impulse buying. I laughed and responded with, I need to curb my impulse selling and rebuying. Why did I say that? Well, because I am notorious for impulsively getting my panties into a twist and deciding that I suck and that I don't want to do any of this anymore, and then I sell all my gear, and then I pretty much instantly regret it, and I end up buying it again. Here we are now. I bought that Sony a7S III, and I will say this, I don't regret buying the a7S III. It's a great camera. I have loved it. It is as awesome as everything that I had hoped it would be, and then some. Shortly thereafter, they released the FX2. Now, I will say, so many people bash that FX2. Like, why did they even make this? This isn't for us. No, it's not for pixel peeping, snobby, filmmakers that already have the FX3 and the Sony a7S III and all that kind of shit, and whatever the hell else they've got. But it's perfect for somebody like me that wants more than 12 megapixels, that wants something that they can use for more than just filming, so that they can take pictures with it as well, and not pictures at 12 megapixels. That doesn't work for me. I have a 61 megapixel A7R5. Going from 61 megapixels to 12 doesn't work at all. I was like, man, if I had known that this was coming out, because they sort of sprung it on everybody. Nobody knew that was coming, at the time that I bought the a7S III. And I'm like, okay, we have a camera that's pretty much like an FX3. And it's got the fan, and it's got the killer body and all the lights and all that kind of shit. But more importantly, and this is probably one of the most hated features of it, it has that viewfinder. I have to have a viewfinder on my cameras. I'm not like phone shooting. I don't hold it up and use the screen all that often. I use the viewfinder. In bird photography, my photos sucked when I was trying to take pictures of birds, because I'm like trying to get them in the screen and all that kind of shit and holding it out and it's all over the place, until I watched a Mark Smith video. How is this freaking guy getting these shots? Like, what kind of freaking deal with the devil's sorcery did he come up with to get these shots that look so amazing and are so steady and all that kind of shit? And he point blank said, you got to use the viewfinder. Putting that viewfinder up to your face now gives you another point of contact that acts as stabilization. So now, not only do you have your hands and your arms, which now are on my big fat gut, but also up against my face. That's 3 points of contact that make it that much better. And then you can track by just twisting your body, instead of trying to use your noodle ass arms up there and find this bird in the middle of the sky that's flying down, Mach speed. And the day after I watched that video, I went out to Pleasure House Point, and I got some of the most freaking amazing shots I've ever gotten. That sold me right there that, okay, I learned. I gotta have a viewfinder. I'm not buying cameras that don't have viewfinders anymore. But forget all that shit. The FX2 was made for somebody like me. It has that viewfinder, and an extended viewfinder, because it's definitely made for somebody like me. This is a big ass nose smudging up against the freaking, the screen, or just the back of the camera. You can always see that little where your freaking greasy ass nose hits the camera. So I'm like thinking to myself, God, that would have been perfect. It won't overheat. It has this amazing viewfinder. It's got 33 megapixels. Shit. If I didn't just spend all that money on an a7S III, I would have bought one of those. Whatever. I decided, okay, well, I'm not going to get that one too. I don't need it. And I thought, do I sell the a7S III? No. It's an amazing camera. I'm not going to do that. After I returned the ZV-1 Mark II, I ended up deciding that, all right, I'm researching cameras to replace that one, because I liked having that extra camera. And then it just hit me after all these, I want to say years, I've wholeheartedly looked into the A7C II and the A7CR. Long story short, which, I can't do because I love to blather on, I ended up getting this A7CR. and it is damn near the perfect camera for me. I'm not getting rid of my A7R5 because that is what I use for my birding. And it is going to stay that way. And it's an amazing camera, and I'm, you know, keeping the 500 and I'm keeping the 200 to 600 and all that shit. But I wanted something smaller that I could carry around with me that could do both video and photos. And I didn't want some small, low megapixel camera just because I could shove it in my pocket. I don't give a shit about that. I carry like a man purse with me everywhere I go. I've got room for it. So I ended up getting this A7CR, and holy shit, it's like my favorite camera. It is perfect. And once I put the you know, the little plate on the bottom and the thumb grip, and you know, I stuck one of my DJI mics on there, and I got an extended eye cup for the shitty viewfinder that it had, and it made it perfect. Freaking perfect camera for me. 61 megapixels, takes amazing video, doesn't overheat, hasn't yet, and I don't see it ever overheating. And I'm like, okay, fantastic, good to go. Ever since I got this, I haven't touched my A7S III. I did yesterday finally, when I was like, I'm gonna take this damn thing out, you know, one last hurrah before I sell it. And I was filming with it and everything, and I was like, I can't sell this camera. I have to stop doing this. I'm gonna be impulsive, and I'm like, I gotta sell everything. And I was gonna sell the 200 to 600, and the 70 to 200, and the A7S III, and you know, just all this stuff went on the chopping block. I currently am not going to sell my A7S III, or the 200 to 600, or the 70 to 200. I'm keeping everything. I'm just gonna put it in a rotation and use it. The reason that A7S III is gonna be good for me to keep is that I can throw it on the gimbal, and then I can use the little AI thing that's on the gimbal, and I can track myself, and I can go out, and I've done this before, I can go out to Pleasure House Point, stick it on a tripod, and I can walk around and take pictures and have it track me. And you know, it's just better than me like, okay, where can I shove this camera? You know, and then I gotta, you know, try to go in the shade and not get eaten by spiders and all that crap, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, that's gonna be perfect. I can also put it on my slider, and I can use it on the slider. There's no reason for me to sell it other than impulse, dumb monkey shit. Dumb monkey's not selling anything right now. Never know what happens. I could end up having, you know, a major, you know, monetary catastrophe, and I'm gonna be, shit, I gotta come up with cash. So yeah, then shit might go. Other than catastrophic failure of something that I've got, I'm keeping everything. Just wanted to get that out there. So I'm just gonna end this whole thing right now. So that's all you get for the past month. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them down below. As always, thanks for joining me. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, kids, forward and up.